Welcome back, fans and friends, for this upcoming video. No, it's not this car. This is a Chevy Nova. This is the vintage as I believe Series 6. Once I fixed it, I thought it became great to outstanding. The only thing it's missing is the rearview mirrors. So this is the SS396 version of the car, the 1970. And so just for comparison purposes, because it is the only vehicle in near the same size, class, and it is the SS, I believe, the 396 engine version of the car. And how do I know that? Because it says it there. Sorry, it says it right there, 396. And why is that? Because for today's video, I have for the first time, I've done their sister company 3 or 4 times. They haven't been outstanding. So we'll see how these guys do. This is an older one, but it is a Johnny Lightning. So people who don't know and people who know, Johnny Lightning is the sibling company to Auto World. The setup will be extremely similar. I'm just going to go over this quickly. Die-cast metal body and chassis, authentic factory colors. There's 3,507 out there still. And we have here the Chevelle utilized voluptuous Coke bottle design like many cars of the era. And it does look quite similar to that Nova over there. And then the SS model had 2 vents on the hood. They were non-functional. Once again, Nova has that over there. And then you have the color, emerald turquoise poly, and there's the color coding for it. You will know this from the Auto Worlds as well. So 6 Plus, version A, there's a version B, and there's a release 1 and a release 2. This is number 4 for those 6 pieces in release 1. I will go quickly over it. On the back, Auto World is exactly the same. There's a great picture of the car, but not of the car in the trim that it's in. So it's the SS, but the color coding of that is obviously not turquoise. And interestingly, I don't see any rearview mirrors there, but I do believe they're not higher up either. So I mean, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, Chevrolet, Johnny Lightning. Like I said, the first time I've covered a Johnny Lightning, but not Auto World. And so it's 2021 Muscle Cars USA series. So that's just at the top here. And so when it comes to replicating heavy American iron, Johnny Lightning does it right. 1984, first to focus directly on the collector market. 25 years, groundbreaking for 2021, collect all 6. So that's release 1, and that's release 3. There is release 2, and there is A and B. So basically what it is color morphs of the car. So obviously it's version A there, and then this is the typical how they would do it, A and B, and you just have different colors of the same cars. So this one is right here. Obviously, I talked about number 4, Chevelle SS. And there's also a release 2 and a release 3. Unfortunately, they cover 3 only and 1. And they don't show, in fact, the vehicles that you have here is not the one on display. Anyway, I've done a Super B, but I wouldn't mind the Dodge Charger. There's also the Coronet version of it, so you could get them side by side technically. I wouldn't mind the Buick GS, Ford Thunderbolt, and the Impala. So I'm looking at this set going, if I can find them for cheap, I'll get them. But these things, this one cost me about $14.50 on the secondary market. So they are not cheap. So anyway, as for this one, Corvette, I have so many that I like. If I see it, I'd buy it, but maybe not. GTO for sure. Depends on what version it is. And then I don't have any of these, so I wouldn't mind one of those. And these ones, Boss 302, in my opinion, when you've done one, right there, you've done them all. And so here you have it. They haven't put them in order, so it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because clearly the Mustang is over there. The Rebel Machine, I believe, is up there. The Chevy Corvette is obviously clearly right there, and then the Dodge Dart and the Trans Am is there, the Dodge Dart and everything else. So it's just that weird kind of thing. Anyway, White Lightning. This is basically their Chase series, and you can just read there what they go into about 2% of their entire production run. I imagine the production run of the specific vehicle, and not the set, because every number is different. And so here, like green light, M2, not M2, sorry, green light, and no, even M2, the basic ones that could do this. We will have sponsors and licensing information. So we have Dodge, Chrysler, which are the same. Goodyear, Firestone, 2 tire companies, Ford, GM, and Round 2. And clearly this is a 2021 product. round 2 is the. And interestingly here, Tommy, which I believe is Takara Tommy, Japanese company or licensing company anyway, for these scale type of vehicles. So I believe there's FDA. I believe I've covered most of the stuff. On the back, it's like I said, a lot like Auto World, if not exactly the same. Like I said, if I do see these, I might get them just for sure. Detail perhaps, and the rubber machine. Why not? So I'm gonna go ahead and get this out. There's one last look at it before I destroy the packaging. Like I said, this is the first Johnny Lightning. Exciting as always when you do something you haven't done first in a while. And just quickly, it has the green light. Now obviously it's not an entire clamshell, but the car itself comes in a plastic insert, so it is probably very difficult without trying extremely hard to damage the vehicle. And we can see a bit of a wheel issue there. Anyway, we'll go ahead. We'll save the engine for last, and then we'll do some quick comparisons. Very few scuff marks, a little bit of oil there. Maybe it'll come out, maybe it won't. I guess we'll start from the front. Nice and easy to see the SS. The 2 lights, so it is one more. It is actually closer. I should have brought the Impala, but the Impala is just so much bigger than this car. And we have 396 SS on the license plate, so I'm always a fan of them putting anything on the plates. Anything. There's the indicators. The grille is nice and even. You see a little bit of a gap, but it's even, and it's even on both sides. There's not a production issue. And we can see there, nice and reflective. Going to the right side, door handles painted, the outline. And we have there the Chevrolet Racing. I've talked about this with the Corvette. It is their racing heritage. The checkered flag on the right and the red flag on the left. Red wall tires, so that is fairly unique. As we can see there again, issues with the wheels, or at least the rubber, not maybe the tires, not the wheels. Hubcaps looks fairly evenly made, unique, but you can see there they're not quite totally silver. They're not entirely painted. I don't know if it's just that one. I don't know. And we have Super Sport written out on the back there, so that's nice. It is not written out, I believe, on this one at all. So Super Sport written there, SS on the front, Chevrolet symbol there instead of the 396. And we go to the back. We have SS, and I cannot read what it says under. 396 SS on the license plate. The back is nice and evenly done. It does look like a mini version, like this bottom half here. The Pontiac GTX. I should bring that out and just compare it. The GTX is way larger than this car, so perhaps not a fair comparison, but this sort of angular approach does, and this here look a lot like it, just compared to that. Anyway, go on to the left side. I didn't see the gas cap on the other side. I don't see it here. The trunk is nice and plain. I don't see a keyhole for it at all. But otherwise, the car's pearlescent paint is well done. Just back to the front windshield, nice and easy to see through it. There's the steering wheel. A silver border with the wipers. There's the 2 intakes that are non-functional. They look to be more or less even. And then we move to the underside of the car. So they have a production date. You can see there 2020 A, and then release 1, right? So 11/25, 25th day of November. The Chinese city where it was made. Trademark GM 2021. Tommy Entertainment Limited. Second round, made in China. All rights reserved. And there we have the Johnny Lightning. We have 2004. Playing mantis instead of praying mantis, the insect. And then we have here 255, which green light, we all know green light has the GL number. An extremely similar spot right there. But unlike green light, and I brought this up with Auto World as well, there is absolutely no indicator of the make, manufacturer, and model of this car. So fans and friends, I continue to say, how hard is it to stamp the model and everything else? I mean, Greenlight doesn't do a perfect job. Chevrolet Nova SS, you can see that at the top behind the front right wheel. Absolutely nothing from this Johnny Lightning. So you will literally look at this car and you will see Super Sport in a bunch of places, 396. You will see the Chevy, the Victory thing, but then other than that, you got to look at it and say, okay, I know what this car is, because otherwise you will have no way to know what this car is. Anyway, it does look nice. It does look relatively evenly made. And it rolls fairly well. Like I said, I did repairs on this Nova. Originally it did not roll, and so now it rolls really well. See, there it goes. So this one right out of the box was already rolling really well. And so we have here the final thing to look at. Just quickly, I'm gonna make sure to see the wheels on a lot of these cars are sometimes very poorly made. This one is okay, but you can see there the gap. Just gonna close it by pulling out the tire. We have a bit of extra metal there, and it's on the other side as well, right there. I don't know if that's on a normal Chevelle. Anyway, pop the hood. Hopefully it does not require. Very easy. And so hopefully we'll see how their engine does. Like I said, this is the first non-auto world from this company that I've done, Johnny Lightning. And I can live with that. And so this is the 396. I don't think it's the exact same version of the engine as this one. As you can see, the oil pan and setup is just slightly different in the green light. It does open. They open fairly the same. Once again, this is the 396 version of the car. The SS, obviously, Super Sport. And then this is the Johnny Lightning version of it. This is a different car. That's a Nova. This is the, like the video will say. And as you can see, the pan is done really well as well. Orange for the base, and then the cylinder heads are silver as well. So fans and friends, I do like it. There's things I don't like about it, but I think that's Auto World setup in general. Perhaps they want to do something different than green light, but the problem is if you give this to somebody or you want to sell it without its box, they have to know what the car is. Most of the people, though, who buy this sort of thing will know what it is, or they'll just buy it new. We can see there they do the same thing as green light and M2, where they label the hood to match it with the car, because there's probably a ton of variations. And then we'll just quickly go over who did the sport hood better before I bring this video to a close. Nice and simple on the Nova, fancy and non-functional on the Chevelle. So, fans and friends, thanks for watching. This is Thomas from Toronto, and to the next one.